Hello, my name is Enrique Medina. I'm Telefónica Chief Policy Officer. I work in the field of public policy within the Telefónica Group and regulation. My main goal as a Chief Policy Officer in Telefónica is to get a little bit of deregulation for the group and see if we can introduce in our day-to-day activity principles like the one we're dealing with in this particular conference, which is transparency. Sometimes it's hard only to rely on data transparency. We are bound by much harder rules, and it will be great that we could achieve what we call the level playing field with other internet operators, basing our data management policy especially on transparency. Transparency, it's a synonym of fairness. When you have nothing to hide, you don't have a problem being transparent. And obviously, if you have nothing to hide and you can show how you're doing things, you don't need rules that govern you in a very more hard way. So that is why I think transparency is very important, not only regarding the data management, but in all the aspects of corporate life and providing products and services to customers. It's my first time here. I've been involved in a little bit in the organization of the public policy panel. I am really excited to be here to get to know better what the Data Transparency Lab is doing. And I think it must be very exciting for the whole organization, to be honest, to show how it has consolidated itself, to show that they are already achieving their objective of giving grants and promoting research and on the field of data transparency. And also putting together not only the people who is investigating, who is researching on the field of data transparency, but people like me who are dealing with public policy issues. From my personal point of view, the biggest challenge for data transparency is to become a well-accepted and funded principle for everybody who's dealing with personal data. What I mean is, wouldn't it be great that we can take down some of the rules on data protection because they are not more needed, because all the operators on personal data have accepted that transparency should be the rule and we have nothing to hide with our customers, our users. I think that would be the biggest challenge. I think it's great that a community of researchers and academia, and I know that in the future it will be bigger, raises the issue, shows the threats that today data transparency is suffering around the internet world, and also puts together and it's able to put on the table the solutions that a lot of people in the field of research are building in the most prestigious colleges and universities around the world. I think it's a wonderful task, the one that they have ahead.
Okay. Okay. Don't you think personal data policies should be up to the internet users and not something regulated by law?
Oh yeah, that would be great, and more than that, when we talk about policies, and I think it's a quite visual image, especially here in this academia conference. We always in Telefónica talk about the need of having the rules. If you put the example of the TV sitcom Big Bang Theory, having the rules for the waitress Penny, and not for the rocket scientist Leonard and Sheldon. That's how I see the future of data protection, based in very specific and very small principles. Transparency, one of them, being probably the pinnacle of all of them, and without the need of very complex legislation at a national level that it really makes very difficult to handle and to manage the flow of data around the internet.
And do you think that regular users have the conscience about this world of data? I mean that as people is producing data all day?
To be honest, I think not yet, but and I will be talking during my panel about this, but our internal surveys show two things. One of them is that people know that there are things that are being done with their data, so that their data is used as they say as the new currency, and I think that's right. And also that they want something in return, and they want to control. So those three things are important, but still, the issue of raising awareness on what can be done with your data, it is very important right now, because we are in a baby stage on this field. Well, I really see the future with people being totally aware of what they are doing with their data. Companies will feel the need to really not only be transparent, but also provide very simple tools to allow people manage their data, and then a level playing field where we all can make business and provide products and services that our customers and users demand. I know it's it's a beautiful future, but the counterfactual is quite nasty, because otherwise there will be a very tough legislation at national level that will make the flow of data and the real functioning of the internet businesses as we know them today very difficult in the future. I'm just so happy to be here today. I'm honored to be in the MIT. We have this wonderful weather today. I think it's a wonderful experience. I'm looking forward to repeat it, although this is my only first day here.